YouTube, Computer Kid 1416 here, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the Fossil Gen 5 smartwatch. This is the Carlisle edition, which has stainless steel, which I think looks really good. So anyway, let's get it open. Now, as you may have seen a couple years back, I bought a Fossil hybrid watch, which is essentially a smartwatch. It's an analog watch, but with some smart features under the hood. And it was, I really enjoyed that. It really got me through those couple years. But you know what? It gave me kind of I guess you could say, it gave me kind of a taste of what a full smartwatch could do. And then, so just about a month ago, when my aunt got one of these, I figured, it's time to make the upgrade. So especially because I think this Fossil Gen 5 here is, well, the Fossils in general, I think, are the nicest looking smartwatches. So that's one thing that made me want to go ahead and jump on it. So anyway, not much on the box to say. Just were asked by Google, Fossil, and then some, of course, information on the bottom. Really not much to say here, so let's go ahead and get it opened up. So watch itself, that we'll come back to, of course. Looks like it's kind of sandwiched into this thing. See on the side here, we've got a charging cable. I'll put that aside. It's just well, let me take it out of its packaging and I'll explain this. So this is kind of interesting. It's a magnetic, like most smartwatch chargers are, but the interesting thing is it's got this ring and it's got these two little contacts. So if I show you on the watch itself, you know what, I'll just wait a second because I always show the product at the end, so I will wait a second to show that part off. Let's see what else is in the box. We've got a manual, I guess. Looks like this one's more of just a quick start guide. Yeah, just a quick start guide. And then this must be the actual manual. Not all in English, so hence why it's so thick. It's in multiple languages, but yeah, so anyway, that's about it for the box. So now let me show off the watch itself. So, as I mentioned, it's sandwiched in between these two styrofoam pieces, so let's go ahead and take it out. Let's go ahead and peel the sticker off here. Alright, there we go. So I'm definitely going to get liquid armor for this and coat this because this definitely needs to be protected. So we got the touchscreen there, which I'll turn on in a minute. Got 3 buttons, which this one, the middle one is a digital crown like you see on most smartwatches. The top and bottom button can be programmed to do kind of whatever. You can launch certain apps with it. Focus, there we go. Yeah, you can program those to launch whatever app you want. Now on the back is what I was going to explain about the charger. So let me open it up more so you guys can see. There's a little button here to open it. I'm probably going to have to get this fitted. I doubt it'll fit my wrist right away. But anyway, let's go ahead and open that so I can show you what the inside looks like. So it's a little, I really need to play around with these focus settings. There we go. So there's the little protector covering the charger, and I'll show you what I was talking about earlier. So you can see, okay, there we go. Well, oh, still doesn't focus. Okay, that's better. See this little ring around here, the 2 rings? That corresponds with the, okay, that's just really driving me crazy. It's become a meme at this point on my channel that I cannot get the camera to focus. Okay, there we go. That's better. So anyway, you see these little contacts on the charger that I showed? Well, those line up with those rings. So the cool thing is you can put this on there. So you put it on here, and you can see it can rotate freely because of those rings. So that's the kind of cool thing. So if it rotates in the middle of the night, it's not a big deal. It will stay charging anyway. So before I turn it on, one other thing I was going to mention is that you can see it actually fell off there. It's not the strongest charger in the world, and that's one minor complaint I do have. So, that being said, I did order, I'll put a link in the description to this, in case you're curious, but it's basically a charging stand designed for smartwatches. You plug in, you have to use your own charger, you plug in the existing charger to it, and it allows you to have a place to put it at night so that it'll stay steady. So, I recommend at least looking into that, and if you think you would have a problem with the charger coming off, then that might be for you. But anyway, so now let's get it turned on. I believe it's this top button, this is the power button. And I'm going to do a full review about this on this video, since this unboxing's kind of short. So I'll play around with it for about a week first and then come back with that. So yeah, it looks like it needs to be charged, so I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to end off this part of the video and then I'll do the review in about a week or so. So see you guys then. Alright guys, so I've had the watch about a week now, so I figured it's time to give it a little quick review. As you can see, it's got an always on display, which is really, really nice. You can turn that off if you want, but honestly I think it adds to the aesthetic, you know, to have that always showing the time. And I don't, in my experience, it doesn't drain battery too badly, just because it is an OLED screen, so. Anyway, and then I've also got tilt to wake enabled, which again, I like because if I'm in situations when I can't see the always on display, like direct sunlight, for example, it's nice to be able to just quickly tilt it and be able to see the time without having to tap it. But, you know, that's just me. Again, you can turn that off if you wish. But anyway, so yeah, so you can see the screen doesn't stay on very long, which may be an issue for some people, but again, I'd rather have that and have it be better, do better battery. So, and I'll get to battery life a little later, but first let me take the watch off and show you guys a little more about it. So as you already saw in the unboxing, it's a really, really nice metal band, which is really, really classy looking. Of course they sell this in other designs as well, but this is just the Carlisle version. And I do have a silicone band that I use as well when I'm going to be sweating. This does take standard 22mm watch bands, which is really, really nice. Makes it a lot more universal. So anyway, let me find a comfortable position to hold this here. It seems to be good right there. And focus there. Yep, there we go. Anyway, so now I'm kind of new to the smartwatch world, so as you'll see, I don't have a whole lot of apps yet. I need to kind of play around with that a little bit. Mainly, right now at least, I just mainly use this to show notifications, of course, which is really, really nice feature to have, as well as talk on the phone. It does have a speaker, which is really, really, really cool. You can do like Dick Tracy and talk to people on it, so that's really, really convenient, I guess. I'm personally a person that likes speakerphone a lot, so yeah, that's a really nice feature to have. But despite having the speaker, it is waterproof down to 3 atmospheres, which is about 100 feet, so that's really cool that you can swim in this and not have to worry about it. So anyway, let's go ahead and look into the operating system a little bit. As you can see, that's the watch face I'm using. It's just a traditional looking Fossil one. Of course, there are many others you can choose from though, so let me just show you quickly the apps on here. Like I said, I don't use this thing for a whole lot yet. I'm still kind of new to the smartwatch thing, but, you know, just the basics for now, and I might play around with some apps as I go along. But let me, if it'll focus, there we go. I've got, my gosh, the focus on this camera is terrible. Alright, there we go. Should be fine. Alright, so you can see I just got, you know, just some messaging apps on here. Phone, of course, Find My Phone, which is really nice to have. All the Fit apps. I don't use this, I'm not a big fitness tracking person, but I do like to count basic steps. That's about all I do. So I actually turned off, it's set, by default it's set to check your heart rate every 30 minutes. I disabled that for the sake of battery life. So if you get this, then you might, just keep in mind that you can do that if you want to. You have to go into the Fit app to do that. So anyway, so yeah, just your Fit apps, agenda, alarm, contacts, flashlight, which is kind of pointless actually. Literally all it does is just turn your backlight all the way on. Kind of pointless and stupid in my opinion, but you know, it's there, I guess. Anyway, so let me see what else we got on here. Fossil app, which basically just lets you change watch faces. Google Pay, which is a cool concept, being able to do NFC on this, but I personally don't want to have to set a lock screen. That's just me, but if you don't mind doing a lock screen, then you can set that up. Hand watch time, which again is kind of pointless. Some of this stuff is bloatware and is unable to be removed. However, the bloatware is not terrible. LifeSum, which is a nutrition tracking app that I do use. Spotify, which is not standalone, so you can't use it as a media player from the watch itself. Really, all it does is just gives you controls for the phone app. But I believe there are APKs out there that will let you use that as a standalone, so I might look into that sometime. Not that I would listen to music off of the speaker, but you know, if you do, then I guess it's the options there. Translate and weather. So again, very simple. Like I said, I need to kind of look into what this can do. I just have yet to fully take advantage of it. But you know, I thought I would just come on here and give you guys a little quick brief review. So these two buttons here can be set to different apps. So I have the top one set to the phone application, and the bottom one set to Telegram, which is my preferred messaging app. So that's really cool that you can do that. And then also it's got I've yet to try this out either, but it's got a tile system where you can flip through the different apps. So like weather, messaging, that kind of thing. So again, I've yet to try that, but that is there, which is nice. Now, Wear OS in general is criticized for not quite doing enough, especially with the battery life. But as I'll get to later, this thing actually does have a decent battery. So I'll get to that in a minute. But first, let me see if there's anything else I can show off. That's notifications. If you had any, I turned off. This camera. It's gonna kill me. All right. I turned off Bluetooth on my phone for this video, so I wouldn't get text or anything. So, but if you did have notifications, it would show up there. You can set on this watch face in particular. You can set those three functions to anything. So I've got battery life, steps, and the date. Scrolling down from the top reveals the settings menu. So I guess this would be a good time to show off talk about battery a little bit. So one thing that Fossil does on top of Wear OS, because as I mentioned, you know, Wear OS is criticized for not having the best battery management compared to something like Apple's Watch OS especially. So what Fossil has done is they've gone through and put in their own battery features. So if you go to the top here and go to this battery symbol, you've got a few battery modes. You've got daily, extended, custom, which I'll show you what I have enabled and disabled, and then time only, which is a really interesting feature. So basically, that as it says, it shows you only the time, and that's kind of useful for like if you're in social situations where you don't want to, where you would normally you know, turn off your phone or whatever. You don't want to be tempted to just look at it constantly, but you still want to use it like a traditional watch. You can turn that on, and according to Fossil, it'll last between 3 and 5 days. So that's kind of nice for if you don't want to completely turn it off, but you still want to have that extended battery. So let me show you what I've got enabled. So if you click on your time mode here, you can scroll to the bottom and it'll tell you what you've got on. So you see I've got the always on screen on, system sounds, turn off Wi-Fi just because I'm always connected to my phone, so I really don't need standalone Wi-Fi. Location I've turned off. Phone audio, touch to wake, tilt to wake, NFC I have off because I don't want to have a lock on my screen like I said. Okay, Google off. So, and you can see those are the things I have on and off. So, and even though it says heart rate on, again, like I said, I did disable the every 30 minute heart rate sensor, so that helps save battery a little bit. So anyway, I'm trying to think. I can't think of much more to say about it, to be honest. I guess in conclusion, I really love this thing. I think, you know, I'm kind of late to the smartwatch world, honestly. Like, I guess better late than never. But like, I feel like I should have had one years ago. Like, it's really useful. So I think if you're in the market for an Android-based watch, or even just a smartwatch in general, I would say definitely consider this one. Not only for the features, you know, battery life is really good, as I said, but also the aesthetic of it. I mean, where else are you going to find a nicer looking smartwatch? I mean, I'm sorry, I know some of you are big Apple Watch fans, but I have to say that I'm just not a fan of the look of the Apple Watch or any smartwatch in general that's not, you know, it doesn't look like a regular watch. So that's the thing about this Fossil. It looks like a regular watch. So that's what as someone who used to wear analog watches, I really like that. So I think Fossil did a good job with the Gen 5 here, and I would highly recommend it. So anyway, I know this is a quick review. I just thought I'd give you guys kind of my thoughts. Talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.